against Emefiele and his associate. We'll look at that charge. And last one will be BAT ministers and their portfolio, hit or miss. We'll do that on the program today. You know, last week I asked gentlemen on the table to tell me what they think people will get. They ran away from that question, I know. I mean, they ran away from the question. They were lifting up their hands now. Don't say anything yet. The only one that Tunde Olawuwo quickly picked was the one I already picked. you know. But anyway, we'll also get back to it today and look at it and see how much of the analysis we can push from there. The house is full today. If the edition are over full, the entire panel is full today. And so welcome them, and then we kick off quickly. Michael Olatunbosun is right here today. Hello, Michael.
Good evening, Sheon. Good evening to our special guests. Good evening to Tunde, Olawuwo, and Tunde Onakoya. Good evening to our listener. It's always good to be here. Let's talk Nigeria.
As you heard, thank you, Michael. You've heard that Tunde Onakoya is here. Hello, Tunde. Welcome.
Hello, good evening, Oluwaseun. Good evening, Nigeria. It's a good day to talk Nigeria again.
All right. We will also have a special guest in the studio. He's a technical consultant, One Health and Biosecurity, Lagos State Minister of Health. Is also a farmer, as I heard. Mr. Dr. Babatunde Akim Saka. Dr. Saka, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good evening, listeners. Good evening.
It's good to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
There's something about this One Health that I keep hearing. I was working with one vet doctor, and he was saying the world is approaching One Health right now. It's a way out. What does it mean briefly?
Well, we're not just approaching, we're right there now. And the reality is that long before today, what we have always had is for the different parts of the ecosystem to work in silos.
Yeah.
So right now we have realized that in one way or the other we affect each other. The environment affects human health affects animal health affects plants and aquatic organisms as well. So we and then there's this resolve then to approach it as a One Health. That is to say, when you're looking at instances that affect each of the ecosystem, then you need to look at how it affects the other components as well, and that is One Health.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. Tunde Olawuwo is also here on the program today. Hello, Tunde.
Good evening, Sean, and good evening to the panelists here. I'm happy to be here.
Good to have you. Okay, so let's approach this matter very quickly, and we'll be very brisk about it. We'll start with the ACON and all eyes on the judiciary. I'll kick off with Michael. Michael, I wanted to approach it from this point. Do you think this is the right way to go to stop people who are expressing their views about the judiciary? That, look, all of us are looking at you. You must ensure justice.
Yeah, so I think that, first of all, the rights of persons or groups to their opinions are guaranteed in the Nigerian Constitution, 1999 as amended. I believe that whoever came up with the concept, had an idea in mind, an agenda, and felt that probably there are some missing elements in the judicial process in the country, and thought that it would be good to maybe quicken the judiciary to life, to maybe see something that they were not looking at, or maybe look at the things that they were looking at in a different way. So I believe that it's these people have a right to, really call out organizations that are funded by public money to do what they ought to do at any point in time in the country or wherever. So I believe that those groups have the right. And by the way, what the slogan suggests to me is just telling someone to do the person's job. Do your job well. That's what it means.
Do they need these people to tell them to do their job right? It looks like an intimidation.
Well, so if you are looking at...
And they're also party in this matter.
So if someone calls us now and say, guys, do journalism...
Do I need him to tell me to do my job right?
So if that person doesn't know that you are doing your job well and thinks that he needs to pinch you, prompt you. So it's because we get calls like that many times. They say, you journalists are the ones. So do we now go out to their homes and hold their necks? No, they are expressing their opinions. So I think that it's not a good signal that the government is using regulators to clamp down on people. I know that it happens in almost every sector, but it's not a good signal in a democracy, really, because people have rights to express their opinions, just like people have rights to express their religious biases, but within the context of understanding that others have rights as well. So I don't think that these people have infringed on anybody's rights.
Okay.
Well, when it comes to broadcasting, comes to public things that are consumed by public consumable items in terms of information dissemination, we always have to be very, very careful. There are things that can be said in public that are not wrong to be said, but the way you put it, the timing can be wrong, the approach can be wrong, the body language, as it were, when you are saying it, can be wrong. Now, the information that was put out there on that billboard, torchlighting the judiciary, is literally creating awareness about the fact that the judiciary now, if you look at it in plain language, it's as if the judiciary is on trial here now, that we are watching what you are going to do. Well, it can be read by some as intimidation of the judiciary, because the question would be, are we suggesting that the judiciary has failed or is failing to do the right thing, and we need to ensure that in this case we want them to do the right thing? Now, we can express that, we're not comfortable with this, we're not comfortable with that. The angle I'm coming from there is that, is ARCON supposed to clamp down on that? I don't think it's supposed to be so, because they are a regulator. This particular advertisement that is out there has passed through ARCON approval before now. So if it wasn't flagged at that point, right now, lick your wound and wait for the next one to come and don't approve it if you don't want to.
ARCON is actually saying this was approved in error. Now, here is the matter. The matter, the subject, the theme of that advertisement is what they call jus pendis. Okay. This is something that is, the campaign is something that is before the Presidential Election Tribunal. Yeah. So it's a matter that is before a court. And so that's being a subject of public statement, debate, discussion, advertisement should not be proper. For instance, we can discuss a matter that is pending before the court.
But we can mention it.
We can mention, but we cannot discuss the matter.
Or we can say, for example,
these guys are trying to hide behind a finger. So if I do a billboard, Mr. Governor, do your job, I have offended anybody, right?
That matter is not in court.
Sheung, I want to ask you, because I want us to clarify something here, Sheung. If a matter is in court, we can mention that this matter is in court.
Okay.
In fact, we can even say that everybody in your state is currently waiting for the decision of the court, and we are hoping they will do the right thing.
Okay.
If we say that, have we gone against the broadcast code?
All right, Olatunbosun is here. What's your perspective about this matter?
I think the advertisement was in bad taste. It's a regulated industry, for good reasons. The kind of information you put out must also not be one that is capable of causing chaos or panic or disorderliness, or portraying anybody or an institution in a way that could be perceived negatively. I'm sure this is something that will not fly on radio or TV. The same thing applies to outdoor advertisements.
Yes.
The judiciary is a protected institution for good reasons. Don't forget that some of them even had the image of the Chief Justice of Nigeria.
Some of them had the image, yes. All the justices of the panel.
I do not when people say the judiciary is on trial on this, I mean, what makes the judiciary to be on trial? They're not on trial. They are not the one who have brought this case. If you believe in them enough to have taken the case,
take your case to them.
You should allow them to do their job. I think it was an advert in bad taste.
Okay.
And I think they were right to have put it down.
We're live on YouTube. That was what I told you.
I said that it has passed.
Does not make it right.
Does not make it right.
Yes.
And those who pass it have been sanctioned.
Now, while I'm saying that, I'm not saying that it is a right advertisement. I'm saying what Akon is doing is more like posthumous vanity.
Remember, some people have actually. No, it's not. Some people have been punished for it.
That's what I'm saying. They suspended.
Panel.
Yes, have been suspended.
Someone has been punished for it.
There's also
that I approved something to go on air does not necessarily mean
it's right
that the station cannot be punished.
Yes,
if
for
it
it
turns out to be right.
You see, but then the question there is the intention of the billboard. Has it been met now or not?
Do you know the intention of the billboard?
That's what I'm saying. Has it been met now or not? The people that put it there will know if they have met what they wanted to achieve or not.
Yeah, but if no action was taken, maybe this would not have been the final bus stop.
Yeah.
But now they know that it is not acceptable.
Okay.
We need regulators to be
civil.
We need them to be thorough and do due diligence. See, this cleanup is not supposed to happen.
It's not supposed to. Exactly.
Okay. What we are saying is just do it right the first time and save us all this drama.
I think the guy is itching to talk.
Yes. I think we should be very, very careful.
Okay.
Someone said earlier, we should be very careful to not allow people to express themselves in a way that is acceptable. If you look at what they have on the billboard, except you want to go into their intention, which we all do not have capacity to do, all eyes on the judiciary. As unpleasant as it might look or sound to some people, I don't think anything is wrong with that billboard. Yes, I don't think anything is wrong with that billboard. Indeed, it is very, very right that all eyes are right now on the judiciary, just like we have seen with almost every other tribunals that have sat in Nigeria. The last tribunal that sat in Osun State had a split decision, 2-1, until they went to a higher court and then it awarded to a particular person, and then that was the end of it. So for as long as the tribunals are sitting right now, all eyes are actually on the judiciary. Now, the care we need to take is that at some point we need to be sure that they won't take it beyond what they have just done. But this billboard particularly, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not offended. I don't think this billboard should offend anybody who is doing the right thing.
All right, we will take a commercial break. I'll return in a moment. But what do you think about it? We are live on YouTube and would like to hear your thoughts. You can put your thoughts on YouTube for us to read as comments. So you have up to about 200 words that you could put on the comment section. So drop your comment there. We'd like to read from you. What do you think? Are you offended by that billboard? Do you think the action taken by Akon was right or wrong? Or do you think it was posthumous cleanup, as someone has said? Well, we'll take a break and we'd like to hear from you. Stay with us. Don't go away.
LifeMate just launched her new LifeMate app. Enjoy multiple discounts after you download and sign up on your mobile. Plus, enjoy extra discounts if you buy up to 1 million naira products and above. Hundreds of special products are sold at low prices. Offer lasts from 5th to 27th August. Visit any of our showrooms or call 081 2000 6000 for more inquiries. Terms and conditions apply. LifeMate, your LifeMate forever.
Aha! Your favorite housemate, they come back biggie house. For this season, we don't cook better sit-down watch. We go make you shout, see go babe. Who go serve us correct bars? Who go come spice and with ghosts? Who go use ship take pepper them? BB Niger All Stars, they bring you 247 drama.
Get ready to jam your faves for BB Naija All-Stars with 247 drama on GoTV channel 49. Live eviction show and highlights on Africa Magic. Dial *288# or download my GoTV app to stay connected or get a decoder for only 9,900 naira. Big Brother Naija All-Stars is proudly sponsored by Money Point, powering dreams in association with 8FM. Online trading at its finest.
This is what it sounds like when you mindlessly munch away at your snacks. Boring, dull, routine snacking. And this is what it sounds like when snacking is loud, proud, gooey, chewy, playful, joyful, and all-round fun. Because when joyless snacking attacks, we'll be there to fight back. Snack out loud with Fanta.
Cowbellpedia is back with more subjects and more entertainment, and up to 100 million naira worth of prizes, scholarships, and cowbell products. Introducing the new quiz master, Ebuka Obi Uchendu, and your host, the stunning Linda Ejiofor. Watch 14 weeks of pure genius on Africa Magic, NTA, and TVC. Cowbellpedia. So good, so smart.
Yes, the Alert 5 for 5 promo is here again. Now, even more explosive than ever before. Over 90 million naira to be won. You can't afford to miss this season of excitement. To qualify, fund your account with 5,000 naira. Maintain an average account balance of at least 5,000 naira monthly. Make a minimum of 5 transactions monthly on Alert or *945#. And just like that, you could be 1 million naira richer. So, download Alert today or transact without internet on *945#. Anytime, anywhere. Terms and conditions apply. Wema Bank, with you all the way.
Guy, see how many power bank only you dey carry. You dey sell am.
Oh boy, I get many important meetings today. I no fit miss them.
My brother, you dey give yourself wahala. How na? You suppose dey use the Itel P40 to dey power yourself. Enjoy real power with all new Itel P40. With just one charge, enjoy 3 days of fun with a 6,000 mAh mega battery with fast charge and 7GB RAM. Also get 5GB data from Airtel for just 1,000 naira when you buy Itel P40 and activate with an Airtel 4G SIM card. SMS GET to 141 now. Itel P40, one charge for 3 days.
As a mom preparing for a big family party, what's the right soup that goes well with Golden Penny Semovita? A, Eforiru. B, me and Taushe. C, Oha. D, all of the above.
All of the above.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Correct.
Golden Penny Semovita is my soup's first choice. Made with premium wheat and enriched with vitamins. It's the right combo for Nigerian soups. Golden Penny Semovita, my soup's first choice.
tí 9 mobile network Naija gangan bá jẹ́ ayọ̀ rẹ̀. Èrè ńlá ń dúró dè ọ́ nígbàkúgbà tí o bá nílò dátà sí láti wo sinimá tàbí gba oríṣiríṣi àjàbalẹ̀ eré ìdárayá. 9 mobile wà fún ọ. Pẹ̀lú 1,500 naira péré, wàá jẹ ìgbádùn 8 gigabyte látọ̀dọ̀ 9 mobile. O tún lè fi 9.5 gigabyte ṣe ìfàjẹ pẹ̀lú 2,000 naira péré àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Darapọ̀ mọ́ 9 mobile lónìí tàbí kí o tẹ *301# láti yan dátà olówó pọ́kú tí ó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé. 9 mobile wà níbí fún ọ. Naija.
Every morning, now better chance to carry your hustle go higher level. So, make you start your day with the correct taste of Nescafe. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
This place is rocking and rumbling. Disbelieving.
This thing not be just game, not live. It go carry person up and down. Sometimes it go make you laugh. Sometimes it go make you sound person. It go totori your body. It go charge your body. Everywhere go soft. Now the new football season, GoTV don arrange to summer you all the better ball for Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, Premier League, FA Cup, and all the UEFA games wey carry weight. Bobby, rush now go collect your own GoTV decoder wey carry 1 month free max subscription for only 9,900 naira. Make yourself balance for front chair. Take enjoy the new football season because now good football we dey talk so.
From his wildest dream.
GoTV, love it.
Splash FM 105.5.
This gentleman, this evening, okay, we are not going to all eyes on judiciary again. Okay, we are not going to all eyes on judiciary again. But the thing is, I want to hear your comments. I want to read from you about this matter. What do you think? Do you think Arkan done well by suspending those who give approval for that board? Do you think it's politically motivated? Some people have argued also that Arkan move was politically motivated. Do you also think it was politically motivated? I'd like to hear your thought. But let's go to the oil and gas industry. Yesterday we read that the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited has secured a $3 billion crude repayment loan from Afri-Exim Bank to support the Naira and stabilize the foreign exchange market. And questions are being asked. Two things. We've seen how Naira had acted, in terms of its reaction to the dollar in a few weeks. And we've seen how it has been moving at an upward trend. And one of the things that they accused, one of the things that they called the culprit was speculators. The CBN said it's a matter of the speculators, and also the problem with the supply side of the forex. Now, the government decided to do something about it. I heard the CBN acting governor said that the bank would do something about it. And NNPC also had come into the market to say, okay, for this reason, we are going to bring in this loan to wet the market. Before I get to it, Opemipod says the advert was unnecessary, intimidating, and provocative. We can't shy away from development on social media where judges and their families have been threatened by the same lovers of Nigeria. All right, thank you, Wale Opamipo. I'd like to hear your thought as well. You have up to 200 words that you can drop there, so keep it coming. I'd like to read your thought on the YouTube. All right, we're on Splash FM 105 live streaming on YouTube, and please get there and let's do this together. Now, gentlemen, there are many ways to look at the supply. We are going to get a loan to shore up forex supply. How sustainable is this move? Would the speculators not mop out these forex that we are putting into the market to get PMS from refining positions outside of the country? Two is that till today we are speaking right here, NNPC is still the largest importer of PMS in Nigeria. Are we still not having a monopoly in this matter? Can government liberalize this market and still dictate the pricing template? So I'd like you to intervene here. Tunde, Olawuwo, let me start from you.
Okay, thank you. It would suggest that there's some kind of subsidy already at play, however you look at it. I know that under former President Muhammadu Buhari, the term that the NNPC then adopted was under recovery. Here, I don't know what term they will use for it, but the information we have is that if you consider the international price of crude, the cost of freight, demurrage, and other things that will come together to form what we now know as the landing cost, you're probably going to arrive at something about 651 naira.
I'm looking at ICIR now. I saw it about 650 naira.
So,
and we're paying 580.
I bought at 595 this morning.
I bought 580 yesterday at Elayele.
And I know for a fact that there is no marketer, no business person who will undersell. At least the best minimum we want to achieve is even to put a profit of 1 naira
at least
on your products. So it must be that there is some kind of arrangement between the federal government through the NNPCL and the other marketers to maybe, as some have asserted, to make concessions around forex. That is the cost they are getting forex, to make it slightly lower than what the market forces are saying. So what that would mean is that the notion that subsidy is gone may not be outrightly correct. The fact that NNPCL has gone for $3 billion loan, well, I think that at this point, anything that will make life, slightly easier for the people should be welcome, because the very unfortunate,
even if it's a subsidy,
whatever it is that is going to be, because we have to be honest with ourselves.
By whatever name you want to call it,
factors are not changing, and then almost on a weekly basis we are seeing addition of 70 naira, 100 naira, 120 naira on the petrol per litre. You would know, without even being an expert on any of these things, that it's not sustainable. People will spark, because you're just going to wake up one day and then the cost of PMS per litre will be 1,200 and our minimum wage will still be 30,000. Don't also forget the uniformity in exchange rate, what it has done to us. So I don't know how it's going to be, but I know that something had to happen.
Okay, all right, Michael. Let me go to Michael before I come to Tunde. I know Tunde is a businessman, so before I come to him, Tunde Olawuwo had expressed it. I'm like a Nigerian. Yeah, like a Nigerian.
So
whatever will cause the government, let's not kill. Let us breathe.
I think that's essentially what the government has tried to do with this loan. Tunde has said it. They told us that we were paying subsidy, and then later they said we're not paying subsidy, and then the language changed to under recovery. I think this is just another ultra under recovery
or over recovery.
A name will come soon for it. But you see, my deduction in this matter is that I think just like Pastor Tunde Bakari said on Sunday, we are doing impulsive governance. That's basically what it means. Unfortunately for me, I used to believe this thing before, but I think I have changed in the last few days, that President Bola Tinubu is the most prepared for the office. I think it has been a lie all the while. First of all, the previous administration wrote handover notes. They saw the handover notes. Secondly, they told us that Bola Tinubu, as former governor, knows how to headhunt. All the specialists that he has headhunted and he has put together, they did not see all these things. It is so unfortunate, really, to make Nigerians to suffer for. And by the way, President Bola Tinubu should apologize to all of us. On the 31st of July, he told us that a handful of people. So this handful of people are more powerful than President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So 200 million people have to suffer. That a couple of people are punishing us, and the president is looking the other way.
So you are saying that
he owes us an apology.
So what you are saying is the process of handling this subsidy removal was not proper.
It was haphazard. It was unplanned. It was unthought out. It was it was not meditated.
But there's something they call unintended outcome.
Oh wow, I like that unintended outcome that was not simulated. So if you want to take
if you say unintended, that was not what they planned to do. They planned to liberalize the market.
So if just this one was unintended, what about the others? The others. So if it was unintended to remove the subsidy, if we were paying almost 4 trillion naira on subsidy every month, and you decide to remove it, and just 2 or 3 days later, you now decide to float the currency, you intended to not know the unintended consequences, right? Okay. So even us who are journalists and not economists know that.
When you occupy a very important position like that, I don't think the idea of unintended outcome would be acceptable. It would be a valid defense. I mean, many people have been impeached for things like this.
For taking wrong calls.
I know they will not come out to own up that they made a mistake, but it's looking like it right now.
All right, because I'll come to Onakoya now, but because before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the president, so that you don't sound, or we don't sound like we know better, I said we have two options that I thought that we could follow. First option was the subsidy was until the end of June. So I had thought that the incoming administration will come into government, spend the first 1 month where the subsidy is still running to look at their approach to removing the subsidy and take a decision. Do we extend and then remove gradually, or do we remove immediately? What are the things that we're going to put in place, and when are they going to start? Up until as we speak now, have we seen anything that they put in place that is working to mitigate the effect of this subsidy on Nigerians? But I'll come to you. We're now going to borrow money to wet the forex market.
Okay.
How sustainable is that? And will that solve the problem? Or we're still being haphazard?
Okay, so we also need to come to terms with certain realities that's applicable all over the world. There are times that the economic situation will suffer in any economy. And one of the things that government does anywhere in the world is to find ways to put succor on the table. And this is me talking about the current move that is being made by this administration. Now, whether the decision was haphazardly made or the reality has dawned on everybody now, how biting this economy has been on everybody. And the onus is on government to look for how can we, with the minimal amount of damage to policy, minimal amount of damage to the economy, let's reduce the amount of damage that will be done. How can we step in to ensure that this happens? Government sometimes in so many other countries will intervene even in food prices, direct intervention. So it is not out of place for government to come in now and say, see, this is the best possible way we know how to come in now to at least ameliorate the situation. That's number one. Number two is the area where you went to, saying that NNPCL is still the largest importer of petrol into Nigeria. Let's not forget that the liberalization of importation of petrol into Nigeria is barely 2 months old. So this opening up for people to import probably started sometimes in June. Now, the confidence that investors will have in that market, in the Nigerian market right now, will still be very little compared to if we had been allowing anybody to import in the last 10 years. So capacity for those that now believe that this is going to be the long haul is probably limited. We probably don't even have international players now at the moment that are doing this. With time, the number of people importing and their capacity to import will continuously increase. We know that. Even with the volatility of the... It will increase, because let me tell you, we had more players in the industry when subsidy was being paid. Don't forget that. We had more players. Now that is everybody going... In fact, those that were collecting subsidy money before now, a lot of them are not importing as we speak. They are not importing. Okay. So it means that if they know that there's a government intervention at this juncture, it still doesn't stop them from coming in. I'm just saying that it is early days in liberalizing the importation of petrol, and this will definitely improve. And the second part is that it is not out of place for government to step in. See, it is not sustainable. We know it is not. But government needs to step in and do something before things become chaotic. All right. Best Fola says, good evening to everyone in the studio. With this NNPC loan, is this not another form of subsidy? What happened to Dangote Refinery? Why hasn't this started production to at least reduce some of these problems? Dr. Saka, maybe you want to have a minute to make a comment.
Well, it's quite scary.
It's scary?
Yeah, it is. That's the truth. Because we need to understand fundamentally that For a very, very, very long time, Nigeria has been spending the money it does not have in defending the naira.
Okay.
For a very, very long time. In the last 6, 7, 8 years, Nigeria has not been able to even export the maximum quota expected of it, which is our major source of forex earning. At some point, more than 3, 4, 5 years ago, Nigeria has started even doing a crude swap, which means we're actually not earning anything seriously.
From that process?
From forex. And we've been using the little we have to defend the naira. It's just so, maybe it's an irony that we have to remove the subsidy and then float the naira. But the reality is, those are the two things that are hitting at the bedrock of the economy of Nigeria. I think right now, what we should be looking at more is how will government introduce the much desired palliative or policies that will increase people's earning and put more money in their hands so they could be able to afford the rising cost of doing things. But for as long as we continue to subsidize fuel and defend the naira, we are just still going along the same path that has not taken us anywhere.
All right. You can call us 0809-155-1055. I have 4 minutes to receive some calls.
Just to add that there was a NEC meeting today. And after the NEC meeting, Governor Babagana Zulu of Borno State announced that there's a 5 billion naira package to every state of the federation. So 5 billion per state.
So we should be asking our state governors. We should be asking our governors what they will do with 5 billion naira.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Oluwaseun. Good evening.
Good evening.
Everybody there.
Good evening.
Oluwaseun, I have a freedom, but my freedom should not affect you. Who are the people that erected the billboards? Why they should have taken that billboard to National or National Assembly? Why appeal court? They intimidate the court, the judges. They have family. People are threatening them. That's number one. Number two, we are talking about federal government. What is the state government and local government doing in this palliative, in this problem? Some the governors are silent. Local government are silent. People are suffering. The government, the state government and the local government should act fast. Have a nice time.
Thank you very much. 0809-155-1055. You just had Tunde talk about what happened at the NEC now, that the NEC is saying each government will get, including the FCD, will get 5 billion.
Incidentally,
yeah, go ahead.
Incidentally, the greatest beneficiary to subsidy removal are going to be the state governors.
Because they have more money. And then we'll be quiet and not asking them questions.
You see,
we need to direct to them.
You see, the tragedy in all this thing is that we always believe in throwing cash at every problem.
Okay, Michael, I know that you're coming here. What are we going to throw to this one? Cordial.
You see, the issue is that you are giving. No. I want to ask you a basic.
There is no money.
I want to ask you a basic.
We cannot eat. I want to
ask you a basic question.
Ask the question.
So, what are they going to do with the 5 billion? Buy rice, buy gari. What exactly are they going to do with it?
That 5 billion should task the creativity of this governor.
So why don't we join our voice to say one of my very most basic
need
palliative is the Ajumoshe bus. Where is it?
The newly purchased buses.
Yes, where is it?
It was 109. How many did we buy? How many did we buy, Michael?
It's not about cash.
How many buses
it's about people getting out of their houses and commuting.
Was it 106 buses we bought?
Where are they? The people who are spending 1,000. The people who are spending 1,000 naira on transportation every day. With those buses, you can spend 200 or 300 naira, and then that you can use this 5 billion to now add to what they have on ground.
Okay.
You see, people are spending more money than they should.
Thank you, Michael. David Olomo says, good evening to everyone in the studio. The billboard is in order. The judiciary has over time been disappointing Nigerians with kangaroo judgment delivered in favor of the corrupt politicians. Okay, thank you, David Olomo, for your comment. We will take a break and return after the break. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
Glory to God. Heart Enlargement Special is here. The Standing Church International invites you to a 2-day powerful encounter with God. Dates, Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023. Time, 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Venue, the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Ministering, the visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. There will be miracles, healings, salvations, and deliverances. Come and receive a touch from God that will change your life forever. See you there.
Enlargement Special ti dé o. Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ ìwòsàn, ìgbàlà, ìtúsílẹ̀ àti ìyanu tí ó yí ayé rẹ padà? Ìjọ The Standing Church ń pe ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ fún ìpàdé alágbára ọlọ́jọ́ méjì ni pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run ní gbọ̀ngàn International Conference Center ICC Fásitì Ìbàdàn ni ó ti wáyé ní ọjọ́ Friday 25th àti Saturday 26th ní oṣù tí a wà yìí. Agogo 8 àárọ̀ àti agogo 4 ọ̀sán ni yóò máa wáyé. Máa bọ̀ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun ayé rẹ.
Yeah! Anytime you feel cold and hot out, take Pro-Cold. Pro-Cold now, better melody. Take Pro-Cold for effective relief from cold and hot. Everywhere you go, take Pro-Cold. Pro-Cold, take Pro-Cold.
Pro-Cold asks for paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh. If symptoms persist after 3 days, go see your doctor. Pro-Cold is distributed by Orange Drugs Limited and endorsed by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Pro-Cold, relieve cold and catarrh.
Take Pro-Cold.
Hey, that's why you came this early morning. I even thought you were flashing when I saw your call.
Flash, K. I have upgraded, and this time I'll be the one to spoil you. So get ready.
Wait, don't tell me better thing has landed.
Yes, so Zenith's Better Life promo is back with season 3, and I just won a 150k gift card.
Hooray! That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira. Request and collect a physical or virtual Zenith Bank debit card. Then download and register on the Zenith mobile app or register for *960# Easy Banking. This promo runs from June 1st, 2023 to May 31st, 2024 and is open to new and existing account holders. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Drink that, don't go for it. Yeah. Life na highway, be I just stay for my lane. Full speed ahead, oh, no limit in my way. God don't make them my back, nourishment to give me spark. So I go shine my shine and I will go for it. Go, no limits, go for it. Go, drink that, don't go for it.
Now that you have finished SS3 exams, what's next? Enroll for A-level program at OBMS Cambridge Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan for Cambridge A-level or JUPEP A-level program. It is your best option for admission into 200 level in Nigerian universities or admission to overseas universities. OBMS A-level college is known for excellent teaching, outstanding results, affordable fees, moral and spiritual development of students, and conducive boarding facilities. At OBMS A-level college, we also offer SATs, TOEFL, IELTS, GCE, UTME, and post-UTME coaching. For more information, visit our new complex along Total Garden NTA Road, Ibadan. Website, www.obmsng.com. Contact us on 0803-386-1091 and 0803-303-9588. OBMS A-Level College. Excellence through integrity.
It's a new dawn in the world of education as West Midlands Open University, WMOU, a new online university, receives licensing approval to offer degree granting programs in Nigeria. WMOU is bringing university education close to you in faculties of business, social sciences, and various courses like accounting, business management, economics, and lots more to choose from. Our courses are flexible and you get to choose your learning environment, which allows professionals and anyone in the workforce to further their education with ease. Flexible payment options are available, but various other ways to make studying with us more affordable. Enroll at WMOU to get that degree today. For more inquiries and updates, follow us on any of our social media platforms at WMOU Nigeria on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On LinkedIn and YouTube, it's West Midlands Open University. Admission date for the September session will be announced soon, so get ready. WMOU, another first in the Ibadan's educational history.
ní Lipton nínú ìkòkò dúdú ni ẹ̀kọ́ funfun ti ń jáde lójúmọ́ la fi ń ṣa ewé tíì torí kí a lè ṣàmúlò ewé tíì tó dára jùlọ láti pèsè ògidì tíì tí títa sánsán òórùn rẹ̀ máa ń kan sáárá jáde. ngan nìṣẹ̀dá Lipton yellow label tea tó ń jẹ́ oṣù ṣámúṣámú lóòrèkóòrè. tíì Lipton yellow label ń ṣe ni lákọ̀tún nígbàkigbà.
gbádùn ògidì ife Lipton yellow label tea tirẹ̀.
Hello? James, look, I'm on the expressway. My car just broke down. I don't even know what to do.
Sorry, you do not have sufficient credit to continue this call.
Oh, please, no.
Why not?
This is an important call.
Then you should have recharged.
I would, but I'm in a position where I can't.
Why not borrow some credit then?
Borrow credit? How?
With Glow Borrow Me Credit, you can borrow airtime and pay later. It's easy. Just dial *321# and follow the instructions.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Glow is always there for you when it matters most.
Sorry, James. As I was saying, my car just broke down now and I have no help here.
Talk now, pay later with Glow Borrow Me Credit.
Glow Unlimited.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A teacher, a pilot, an astronaut.
Kids have big dreams, but a lack of iron in their diet could affect their brain development. That's why one sachet of Cerelac Junior provides 50% of their daily iron needs to help them learn to their full potential and fulfill their dreams.
A musician, an architect.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
Na lie. Samo, na you dey sweep?
Na.
This one wey you dey arrange palo so, you dey expect visitor?
Yes, so. Na I job between full grand dey
come. I beg you, no dey whine me jare.
Dey play. I say na I job between full grand na dey show so. Na I be that. Abeg help me arrange that side quick, me I go boogie.
Serious?
Introducing GoTV Super Plus package. We carry all 380 Premier League live matches on top GoTV. Enjoy Super Sport Premier League channel, Universal, Disney Channel, and more. You ask, and we do. Make you recharge and upgrade to Super Plus to flex new level of football and more for only 10,500 naira. GoTV. Love it.
You're about to close the deal of a lifetime, and suddenly, your phone goes off because your battery is low. There's a hot gist in town, and just when you're about to hear it, your smartphone disappoints you. Oh, not again. Even worse, you're about to get that yes, but they can't reach you. No smartphone guarantees you your dream like the Itel P40. With just one charge of its mega 6000 mAh battery, power is yours for 3 days. Also get 5GB from Airtel for just 1,000 naira when you buy Itel P40 and activate it with an Airtel 4G SIM card. SMS GET to 141 to get this offer. Itel P40, one charge for 3 days.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there. We appreciate you. We can take few calls if you want to call us at this time. Mr. Michael, maybe you are looking for Ajumoshe buses. The ones in town are Omitutu buses, and I still bought one on Tuesday from Mokola to Eleyele for 50 naira. They are working and well, but they can add more. Ajibulu Ayobami is responding to Michael there. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. These are the numbers we have that you can call at this time. And when you call, you will be live on radio as you join us on this discussion. What do you think about this issue of NNPC getting $3 billion as, to wet the ecosystem? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Oluwaseun.
Good evening, sir.
I want to align myself with Olatunbosun because that is like he's looking at my mind. You see, let there be more Onakoya buses. I use the word more because they are not enough. It's not that there is none, but they are not enough. See, I was at your place today. That's very near to Slash FM. I used to spend nothing, just more than 400 naira. Today I spend 1,300 naira. So let there be more Onakoya buses. Once you have one, then there will be no problem at all. Because those who go to the market to go and buy from Omiadio and other places, they spend less money, and then the cost of food items will come down. So let Onakoya buses be more and more, not just the present one, which are not enough. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Now, today, the money you mentioned just now that they released to the state government, Michael asked the question, what should they be doing with it? I also asked that question, what should they be doing with these? And I said, it should task the creativity of these people. What should they be doing with it? Let me start from you.
Yeah, I need to also mention, in case people are not fully aware, diesel prices have gone back up.
Yes, I think it was 900. Yeah, 950. Okay.
950.
Between 900 and 950.
So it's gone above what it even was before.
Yes.
Meaning that even the Omititun buses that run on diesel are going to be subsidized by government to maintain the fares.
So we are still subsidizing consumption.
We are still going to be doing that. So the Omititun buses that we want to intervene with now, they should not be charging what they are charging.
Hello. Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Where are the Aginote buses? Are they breaking down? Why using Omititun alone? We in Oyo, we don't have anything. People in Oyo, is it only Ibadan that is paying tax in Oyo State? Is it only people in Ibadan that should be enjoying? The other people should die? Have a nice time.
Thank you. I mean, that's
but the governor has made an announcement that there will be more intra-city movement and intercity movement in Oyo State with the Omititun buses.
In the safer policy.
Yes. We don't know whether the implementation of that has not started. You see, the biggest issue we have is that most of these palliatives that government tries to bring in are often not things that you will begin to see the effect for sometimes 3 months. And people are going through so much that even 1 week is a long time for them to wait for this intervention. But what should government be doing with this money now?
Yes.
I'm afraid at the moment now, the only thing that money can do is to subsidize consumption. The only thing that money can do right now. Because if government said they want to go and buy fertilizer with this money to subsidize agriculture, when will the plants grow? When will it be processed for people to eat it? People will have died before that time. So the only thing that money can, that's why they said it's a palliative.
Okay, to Olawuwo, do you have anything to say about that?
Well, the number one thing on my mind is that government should not be thinking of taking away the subvention of some higher institution, which automatically will raise
the fees.
If you call that subsidy in education, I support it, and I don't think it's consumption. And I think that we are taking too long in coming up with a new minimum wage. I don't think that should be a plan in the medium or long term.
Okay.
It should also be a short-term plan.
Okay, we have to do the news now. I just saw this story. FG approves 5 billion naira subsidy palliative, 5 trucks of rice for each State. We'll take a break for the news and be back immediately. Stay with us.
Splash FM 105.5.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Thank you for being there with us. Welcome to News Highlight at 6 p.m. on Splash 105.5, your Integrity Station. President Olatunbosun says education is Nigeria's foremost tool against poverty. According to a statement made available to newsmen on Thursday in Abuja, President Tinubu, who received a delegation from global technology giant Google, said his administration will leverage digital technology to create Nigeria's desired socio-economic progress that is necessary to transform society. He called on Google to partner the government on the use of data in the public sector to enhance service delivery. Towards the realization of great progress in the sector, President Tunde declared that he is bringing more young people into the administration to further drive his transformative efforts and called on Google to come on board as a frontline partner in development. The Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, has stated that the statement credited to Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC Limited, that there is no plan to increase petrol price despite the fall of the naira against the dollar is shocking. They said it will be dramatic for the marketers to believe the price of petrol will not increase following the harsh realities of the exchange rate. Rivers State Chairman of Petron, Francis Dimpa, in an interview with newsmen, said Petron is watching and gradually following the policies of the government with the belief that the refineries will become functional for the situation to stabilize. A federal high court in Lagos on Thursday struck out the firearm charges against the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. Justice Nicholas Weibo struck out the charge for want of diligent prosecution following the withdrawal application made by the Director of Public Prosecution of the Ministry of Justice, Mohammed Abubakar. Meanwhile, the court has adjourned the alleged 6.9 billion naira procurement case against the suspended Central Bank Governor, Godwin Emefiele, to August 23, 2023, following the absence of the other two defendants in the matter. Emefiele was supposed to be arraigned alongside a female CBN employee, Saadatu Yaro, and her company, April 1616 Investment Limited, on 20 charges of procurement fraud, conspiracy, and conferring corrupt advantages on its associates. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has disclosed that securing administrative bail of suspects from its custody is free. The acting commander of the Ibadan Zonal Command of the Commission, Aisai Alima Rufau, stated this on Wednesday when she received in her office the executive committee members of the Ibadan branch of Nigerian Bar Association NBA, led by its chairman Folashade Aladeniyi. Rufau therefore warned lawyers to desist from standing as surety and legal representative at the same time to suspects, noting that such an act could only get them into trouble, but does not portray the legal profession in good light. On the foreign scene, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, through Commissioner Abdul Fattah Musa, has stated that most of its member states are ready to participate in a standby force that could intervene in Niger following a coup there late last month. Defense chiefs from the 15-member regional bloc met in Accra on Thursday as part of latest efforts to overturn the ouster of Mohamed Bazoum, Niger's president, who was deposed in July 26 coup. The meeting to discuss Niger's crisis comes after an August 6 deadline passed for mutinous soldiers to release and reinstate Bazoum or face military intervention. Bazoum remains under house arrest with his wife and son in the capital, Niamey. The bloc has long deliberated on the use of force, which it described as a last resort, for weeks due to several mediation teams it sent to Niamey and also due to a lack of consensus within its rank. Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has disclosed that Kiev intends to invest significant political capital to deepen ties with African countries in a bid to counter Moscow's influence on the continent. The foreign minister compared Kiev's push to bolster ties with governments on the continent with a diplomatic counter-offensive against Russia. Kuleba said the strategy is not to replace Russia, but to free Africa from Russia's grip, adding that Ukraine wanted to approach those diplomatic interactions with respect and with the principle of mutual benefit. This was in contrast to Russia's approach based on fighters from the Wagner mercenary group and propaganda. And finally, sports news. Manchester City won the UEFA Super Cup for the first time on Wednesday, but needed penalties to beat Sevilla after a 1-1 draw in Athens. Yusuf En-Neser's towering first-half header gave the Spaniards the lead. European champion City were far from the slick best, but hit back to force the game to penalties through Cole Palmer's header. City were then perfect from the sport and prevailed 5-4 in the shootout after Sevilla defended Nemanja Gudeji's match against the bar. Pep Guardiola has bemoaned his side's lack of preparation for the new season and it showed under the baking heat in the Greek's capital. That ends the 6 p.m. news highlight for today. I'm Oluwaseun Akinola. Splash Rendezvous will return in a moment. To stay with us.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids the new Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! This is what it sounds like when you mindlessly munch away at your snacks. Boring, dull, routine snacking. And this is what it sounds like when snacking is loud, proud, gooey, chewy, playful, joyful, and all-round fun. Because when joyless snacking attacks, we'll be there to fight back. Snack out loud with Fanta.
Every morning, now better chance to carry your hustle go higher level. So, make you start your day with the correct taste of Nescafe. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Na lie. Samo, na you dey sweep?
Nah.
This one wey you dey arrange palace so, you dey expect visitor?
Yes, so. Nah, I job between full grand dey
come. I beg you, no dey whine me jare.
Dey play. I say na I job between full grand na dey show so. Na be that. I beg help me arrange that side quick, me I go poke.
Serious?
Introducing GoTV Super Plus package. We carry all 380 Premier League live matches on top GoTV. Enjoy Super Sport Premier League channel, Universal, Disney Channel, and more. You ask, and we do. Make you recharge and upgrade to Super Plus to flex new level of football and more for only 10,500 naira. GoTV. Love it.
Bubble me, I want banula. I'm on the ferry. I want banula. You go, say. I want banula. I buy ferry. I want banula. I'm magic pepe. I want banula. I'm on the Jafafa. I want banula. Hey, Bubble, Jogo.
Ǹjẹ́ ti rí gbọ́ wípé búbú ni omi mu tí gbogbo ọmọdé yàn láàyò ó mú wọn jáfáfá ọpọlọ wọn sì jí pépé ó tún wá fún wọn ní àlàáfíà àwọn àgbàlagbà wa ńkọ́ Yogo yogurt ni o ògidì ohun mímu tí ó pọ̀ ní vitamins àti probiotics tí ń lé àìsàn jìnnà rere adùn búbú àti Yogo yogurt ńkọ́ má sọ ọmọ ni wọ́n wà ní oríṣiríṣi flavours káàkiri gbogbo ilé ìtajà Bobo fruits and beverages ló ṣe jáde Bobo àti Yogo yogurt ẹ ti dámọ̀ nìyẹn o.
Afúnni ní okun
We are all gathered here today to witness the joining of all 32 of you in blissful matrimony to Glow MiFi and Router. Do you, Wi-Fi enabled devices, take this Glow MiFi and Router as your lawful data plug?
Yes, we do!
Do you, Glow MiFi and Router, promise to be there in good times and in Sakpa?
Yes, we do!
Now you may stay connected.
Enjoy a connected life with Glow MiFi and Router. Get 60 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow MiFi and 180 gigabytes data bonus when you buy a Glow Router. And connect up to 32 Wi-Fi enabled devices. Available at Glow World shops nationwide.
Glow Unlimited.
Cowbellpedia is back with more subjects and more entertainment, and up to 100 million naira worth of prizes, scholarships, and cowbell products. Introducing the new quiz master, Ebuka Obi Uchendu, and your host, the stunning Linda Ejiofor. Watch 14 weeks of pure genius on Africa Magic, NTA, and TVC. Cowbellpedia. So good, so smart.
You're about to close the deal of a lifetime, and suddenly, your phone goes off because your battery is low. There's a hot gist in town, and just when you're about to hear it, your smartphone disappoints you. Oh, not again. Even worse, you're about to get that yes, but they can't reach you. No smartphone guarantees you your dream like the itel P40. With just one charge of its mega 6000 mAh battery, power is yours for 3 days. Also get 5 GB from Airtel for just 1,000 naira when you buy itel P40 and activate it with an Airtel 4G SIM card. SMS GET to 141 to get this offer. itel P40, one charge for 3 days.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
Aha! Your favorite housemate, they come back biggie house. For this season, we don't cook better sit-down watch. We go make you shout, see go babe. Who go serve us correct bars? Who go come spice and with ghosts? Who go use ship take pepper there? BB Naija All Stars, they bring you 247 drama.
Get ready to jam your faves for BB Naija All Stars with 247 drama on GoTV channel 49. Live eviction show and highlights on Africa Magic. Dial *288# or download my GoTV app to stay connected or get a decoder for only 9,900 naira. Big Brother Naija All Stars is proudly sponsored by Money Point, powering dreams in association with 8FM, online trading at its finest.
Discover Lipton's flavorful and balanced taste. With our unique expertise, we select fine quality tea leaves from selected tea gardens around the world. Experience Lipton Yellow Label's flavorful and balanced taste in every sip. Discover Lipton's flavorful and balanced taste.
Give malaria a double function of Cortesonate and Ammonia Queen. An effective combination that's Camosunate. 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 There's anti-malaria therapy. Camosunate. And you will bounce back to life. Camosunate. Comes in 4 different packs, 4 different age groups. Below 1 year, 1 to 6 years, 7 to 13 years. 14 and above. Camosunate. Camosunate.
Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Janet Pharmaceuticals Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see your doctor. Read the leaflet inside.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids the new Milo 3-in-1. Milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there. I don't think you want to hear the argument going on in the studio here. Wherever Bosun is. All right, so welcome back. Thank you, Ajibula Yobami, for interacting on YouTube. We'd like to also hear your thoughts on YouTube as well. And so join us and let's have the conversation here at this time. So he says, I think it's high time the Oyo State government look for more effective people to be in charge of the pay-setter mass transit. They call it Omitutung. The little money they are collecting is mostly going into private pocket. And he said that sector needs restructuring for effectiveness. Thank you, Ayobami, for your thought. Okay, we'll return to the issue that we have on hand, and we'll just be looking at a few of them. So let's be clear that you can be part of the conversation, and when you call us, we will take your call, 0829-155-1055 if you are there. We just looked at the issue of Forex crisis and the intervention of the government, how sustainable that is, and is subsidy back? What is the real landing cost of this product? Is a question we're asking. But let's leave that. If you want to comment on that, we welcome your comment. Let's go to the issue of Emefiele and the Vera government. We'll be brief on this one, just 1 minute each for you, because I really want us to look at the portfolio and the ministers, and the running idea is hit or miss. If you look at this portfolio distribution. But let's look at Emefiele. Emefiele is back in court. First is we've quashed or cancel, whatever name they want to give to it, the charges on him about the arms, and now we are facing 20-count charge against Emefiele. And these charges were on, how he managed the office in terms of what he did with people that worked with him, underhand dealing, if you like. And so he's back in court, and the government is saying that there were some contracts he gave to some of his staff, one particular staff, and it's in 6.9 billion naira to purchase vehicles for the bank, and so he's back in court. How do you describe the process of putting him in court, Michael?
So again, the word impulsive comes to mind. This man, is like almost everybody knows what he's being charged for. But suddenly, we discovered that it was just one count charge of possession of a firearm. And then suddenly the government realized that, so there is more. It also tells you that we are so shoddy in our investigations and all that. But that said, I think that so if there's anybody who has committed an offense against the state, that person should have his or her day in court. But I think that the drama around this matter is too much. It's even much more than the case itself. So I think my own issue, I have issues with the drama that we are creating around Emefiele. If indeed he has committed an offense, let's take him to court and try him, make him face the law, the courts for the offense. But the next date for his case is 23rd of August. I'm not expecting to see another DSS and correctional centers drama, because we are likely to see more.
There was no drama today.
We are likely
to see more.
He was in court. But the point is that I believe that the due process should be followed. We seem to be following the due process. Okay. But we should do more than that.
So, Olawuwo, let me come to you. I want you to look at the accusation is that he ran foul of Section 19 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences. And the section reads, any public officer who uses his office or position to gratify or confer any corrupt or unfair advantage upon himself or any relation or associate of the public officer or any other public officer shall be guilty of an offense and shall, on conviction, be liable to imprisonment for 5 years without an option of fine. And so if you look at what happened here, the prosecutor is saying that the trio facing allegations is accused of procuring an array of 98 luxury vehicles and armored buses with an estimated total value of around 6.9 billion naira. It says that a staff of CBN, who incidentally is also a director of a company that got the contract. Is this something so strange in Nigeria's political firmament? How strange is this in Nigeria?
Well, we still hold dearly this maxim that one is presumed innocent until found guilty. But the sad part in all of this is that there is barely any big man occupying any big office in Nigeria today that you will not find in this same boat. Some may argue that this is Emefele's time, so all of this is coming to light. But just think of that one big person occupying a big office in Nigeria.
Whose relation?
At least, maybe conservatively speaking, about 70 to 80% of them are doing this. Maybe on a lower scale or the bigger scale, depending on what you have access to. Emefiele as CBN governor under the last administration, we all saw how powerful it was. He was at some point even overreaching. We didn't know whether it was now the agriculture minister or the defense minister, getting involved in all manner of things because the office that should more or less supervise what he was doing was practically absent. So we now, add the word presidency, which could mean Malami or Bawa or
even Garbachew
or whoever, or even the late Abakari. So it is sad. But my major concern here is that we hardly successfully prosecute any high-profile case in Nigeria. If you look at the level of corruption, both in the public and private sector, compared to real prosecution that we have, it is so abysmal. So maybe since we have all agreed that it is not offensive, I will also say, judiciary, all eyes on you. Let us hope that the prosecutors have prepared a watertight case and not just, maybe 6 months of harassment and one day you will be bailed and that will be the end of it. Let's hope that this will be a watertight case.
Yeah, thank you. I think we need to examine the fact that oftentimes we miss something about the judiciary, and that is the fact that they have their latitudes. If you bring a particular offense, the Constitution says the jail term is between 6 months and 2 years. No judge will give more than 2 years. So, and if you listen to, I don't know whether you had the opportunity to listen to the screen of Lateef Fagbemi, the incoming AGF, and he stated, what do you think, what innovation do you want to bring towards the judiciary? And he said, a very critical thing that needs to be addressed in Nigeria is the fact that the law enforcement agencies or agents need to do a thorough investigation and have their facts at hand before they now arrest. Now, what we see that is happening is there's a perception and an assumption this guy indeed has fouled the law. But it looks like they are not sure.
They're shopping for what he did wrong.
So everything that is happening right now is an attempt to continue to hold him in, preventing him from running away or perverting the course of justice, but they indeed do not have a good grasp of what he has done, and that's what we're seeing right now. So I'll join others in saying the right thing to do, irrespective of how much pain we all feel about the guy's policy. The right thing to do is to subject him to the right procedures. If there's something he has done, charge him with it, take him to court. If the court is granting him bail, I mean, it depends on what you're bringing to the court. If it is not a bailable offense, the court is unlikely going to give a bail. So that's my own position.
All right.
I have two things that I just wanted to say about it. Number one, why is the DSS prosecuting Emefiele? If what he has done falls within the purview of ICPC,
economic crime,
ICPC or EFCC, let them take over this. You see, this idea of anybody prosecutes anything these days is not making much of sense. And that's why they are bungling most of these cases. That's number one. Number two, everything, even the initial case that was brought about Emefiele is a bailable offense. This other one is also a bailable offense. The federal government of Nigeria needs to understand this. If the court grants Emefiele bail, they should allow him have his bail. So you cannot continue to use abuse of court process, abuse of bail condition, neglect of court orders and all of that to run a country. See, it is your duty to do your due diligence to ensure that you nail this person properly if you need to nail the person. But if the court says you haven't done enough to tell me that this person should not be on bail, then this person will go on bail. Then you will know you messed up, even if this person jumps bail at the end of the day.
But someone who got bail from court can be arrested for another offense.
Absolutely. Nobody is saying that. No, nobody is saying that cannot happen. But we are saying at every point, let government also lead the way. Every time there's a court order that is, this person should go on bail, tell the person to go on bail. In fact, you know what?
And you should not be dramatic about bringing him back.
Why
are you dramatic about taking him back?
Because government keeps... See, what government... Bad example. This is also why people will go to police stations and will be denied bail. Because even the federal government, based on the court order, to allow somebody go on bail, is not allowing people go on bail.
No, he was allowed.
How was he allowed to go on bail?
He was arrested for another offense.
Right there at the front of the court.
Yes, outside the court.
and then it became a fight between
two agencies.
Those agencies and address that matter.
That was why I was saying drama.
He was arrested for another offense.
That was the drama we're talking about.
Yeah, so those agencies probably acted on their own.
Okay, well, you can join us on YouTube and make your comment.
You arresting somebody in the court premises? Why?
Outside the court.
In the court premises.
He has committed another offense.
Oh wow! Okay. So
well,
they were dead at the point that they were bringing him to court.
They just got the.
See, what I'm saying. See,
as much as we want it to be procedural,
yes.
At the same time, what they have done is not totally out of, except for the drama.
It is anyhowness. What we have continuously accepted in Nigeria is it is rascally. It is rascally.
Inside the court,
rascal drama.
See, all of that is semantics.
He had his bail.
All of that one is semantics.
I don't blame. You see, I also blame the judiciary here. You know, some of our judges, I don't know for whatever reasons, have not been able to stamp their authority. For me, it looks rascally if you have ordered that somebody should be bailed, and then the same agency that brought him to court, you know, is rearresting him for another offense, even if it is outside the court premises.
Why did you bring it in front of the judge?
Because you're still denying the person the freedom that bill guarantees.
Okay, so gentlemen, thank you everyone. Let's get to the issue of ministerial portfolio. You can join us on YouTube and make your comment. We'll also take your calls any moment from now. You can begin to call us 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. You have the lines right there. Now, gentlemen, let's look at this, the portfolio. You know, last week I was asking you if you had a chance to allocate these portfolios to one or two of them in your opinion. You know, people were saying, you know, things about Wale Edun hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, remember what I said last week. Remember what I said last week. I said because we do not know how this government intends to run in terms of ministries that will be created and all of that, it will be haphazard to actually put portfolio to this name.
But we have seen
and
them.
That has become very clear.
We have seen them.
Because
now.
we didn't know there was going to be a blue economy.
I love that.
I'm telling you.
That one. I mean, let me tell you what I saw about that.
You mean blue economy?
Yes.
Nigeria has just been lagging behind on it.
Maybe we're just waking up. I don't know. Now, formation of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry, for me, I think is great.
Amazing.
Now, the blue economy is said to have the potential to attract more than $3 trillion. That's what I discovered this afternoon. Yes.
You know, it has been left to be in the hands of NIMASA.
Yes.
And the
They've just been hiding within some ministries so that it could attract more than $3 trillion of investment in the coming decades. The World Bank's ocean portfolio exceeds $7 billion in active projects.
Yes.
So maybe we have our eyes
on some of these.
On some of this stuff there. So
because we didn't have this as of last week, it was difficult to be able to. I mean, who knew they were going to separate youth and sports?
And sports,
I mean, you would have been trying to put somebody in the two. So I think it was safe for us to not have. I mean, those that we know would have stayed. AGF would have stayed. We knew that, and we put a name to it.
Let's hear. Hello. Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah. My name is Mr. Francis. I'm calling from London here.
Welcome, Mr. Francis.
On the issue of Emefiele, like Tunde has just rightly said, ICPC that is saying now that if this was done, the years will go to, were they not around when this thing was happening? Could Emefiele had refused instruction given to him by the former president? If Emefiele is to be tried, the former president should be brought along with him. The immunity does not cover him any longer. We are just beating about the bush. First and foremost, they thought they were deceiving Nigerians. We all know too well that Emefiele is not an armed robber. What's he doing with a gun? He's not a hunter. Just to keep him in their detention. That's why they brought that charge. Shamefully, when they took him to court, that charge has been quashed. That it no longer exists. They are now bringing on that charges. This charge will not also see the light of the day because they are just presuming. They don't have intelligence. They don't have investigation that prove that those they are saying will come to materialize. They would have allowed bail to be given to him. Now they will not start for information investigation that will actually unearth what he has done. Not now putting the cart before the horse. You will see on that day they are saying they will grant him bail. Don't be surprised. The drama that ensued the other day will ensue again between the correctional center and the so-called DSS. Good evening.
Thank you very much. You know, when I read the news about quashing the case, the judge said for lack of diligent prosecution. That's an indictment.
That has been the refrain. You know, you remember some years ago when EFCC was losing cases left, right, and center. The judgments had always been lack of diligent prosecution. Interestingly, Festus Keyamo is in this new cabinet. He was a prosecutor for EFCC during the era of the trial and error. And he's so you were talking about hit and miss.
Yes, hit and miss. So for you, what are the hit and the miss?
Okay, so let me give you my high points. And I remember I predicted this one, and maybe two or so. I got them. Bosun Tijani for the communication and ICT.
That was a no-brainer. It was obvious. That was a
no-brainer. Wale Edun for finance and...
that was obvious.
Why did they go for Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister? That sounds like Jonathan.
Yes, it was necessary, actually. It's always been necessary.
For someone
why did not do that?
For someone to help you to drive the policy.
That was what was happening before. Somebody needs to coordinate the economy. One of the challenges of the Buhari administration was that everybody was doing whatever it is they wanted.
Everybody.
Do you agree with that?
Everybody was doing whatever it is they were doing.
CBN was
doing something.
At some point, the CBN told
the CBN was planting rice.
When they did the
Naira redesign.
Redesign, yeah, the Naira redesign. When they did
are you looking for the name?
The Minister of Finance said she wasn't
aware. No. So when you have such as, I mean, there has to be a
that title. I think that title is
absolutely necessary.
Correct. So party health for me, I got it. I remember I got it. Lateef Fagbemi, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. I think I got it.
These are obvious ones. But what about the Alaki? Did you get the Alaki?
Nobody. You couldn't have imagined that a communications person will take that ministry, the solid minerals. But who knows? Maybe the president has something different from what we are thinking.
But let me do something here. For the Minister of Information, see, Muhammad Idris is a solid pick
Yeah,
for that for that ministry.
Yeah,
now you see, he's an accomplished media entrepreneur,
Exactly.
a publisher, chairman and chief executive officer of the Blueprint newspaper, fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, NIPR. He also was once served as the editor-in-chief, the market chairman, the chairman Institute of Public Relations, Kaduna State Chapter, and vice chairman of Public Relations Consultative Association of Nigeria. I feel that President Bola
This
Emerson
person is also not active on any social media.
Yeah. Well,
I just wanted to add that.
Okay, now, but let me not put this here. For me, maybe this government is taking more of public relations than communication.
Yeah, you have to do public relations if you are
So Minister of Information now is probably they're going to be big on
propaganda.
I don't know.
It's propaganda.
Now, if I
so
look
today
at
you said he's not active on social media. I didn't know that.
Okay.
On any social media platform.
On any social.
Now,
So
I'm not okay. Yeah, go ahead.
so I think
A
that
minister for information.
It will open.
Yes, Michael.
Education is going to Sununu. Sununu is a medical doctor. That's one. Two, sports. Sports is going to
There are
join.
two people at education.
No. There's Daniel.
He's also a professor.
He used to be DG of Nigerian Law School.
He's a professor of law and also an education.
Yes,
Okay, so my ultimate miss in this matter is John Eno taking sports. He's a farmer. Or maybe you could grow grassroots sports. Oh, okay. So, all right.
I will come to you. Maybe you have some comments.
I think we need to understand that at some point there is a separation between technical competence and administrative competence.
Okay, so educate
at
me.
any point in time, administrative competence will trump technical competence in giving direction to any establishment.
Yeah.
And that is why perhaps we're likely going to see, or we're seeing that people will think because of their professional or career or professional orientation are supposed to be here, they're being used here. I think I'm aligning with you that the president probably have some other things in mind, and that's why we are seeing Dele Alake going to solid mineral. And by the way, solid mineral remains one particular ministry we need to work seriously on in Nigeria. We have to create a diversion from petrol and gas. It is very critical because we have them in abundance. Now we need someone that can really, really walk the talk. Probably the president identified Dele Alake with that guy that can assist him grow that particular ministry.
Well, I think we got Tuga also right. Tuga for foreign affairs.
Yes, I mean, perhaps he's the only person
ambassador.
That has that experience, active experience.
No, I had an issue with what Dr. Saka brought up. I understand administrative competence, technical competence, but the argument seems to be imbalanced.
Okay.
Now, why can't we say somebody with administrative competence become the Minister for Justice?
Okay.
And he's not a lawyer.
No, because that's the requirement for that. Constitutionally, that's the requirement.
So the point is, so what do we now want to have a lawyer as aviation minister?
No, but don't forget.
Why?
One of the best minister for works in Nigeria was a lawyer. I mean, he's a lawyer.
Yeah, so I'm saying that.
So let's not take that to...
That would be debatable.
I said one of the best. I didn't say he is the best. I said one of the best.
So I'm saying that the argument is not sustainable. I mean, when you say you have to have a technical competence to become the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, but that anyone
technical competence to be sports minister,
or Minister of Transportation.
So would you rather it being an athlete only?
No, I'm just saying, would you sustain that argument?
Except that the role and position of, and who fills in that position of AGF is mentioned in the Constitution. And that's the only minister that is, or role that's mentioned in the Constitution.
But we're putting party, an accomplished medical doctor, as a Minister for Health. So we've never put an administrator as Minister for Health.
Until we separate the role of AGF. Remember that the AGF is the chief prosecuting officer.
Even at that, we will still not put as
Minister of... not a lawyer, you cannot prosecute.
Now I'm saying that even at that, even if you put Minister for Justice, you will not put a non-lawyer there. Even the Minister of Health, we've never put a veterinary doctor.
We have actually seen instances like that.
To be Minister of Health?
Or Commissioner for Health.
No, Minister for Health.
Both. We have seen.
We have.
Okay.
It's not limited to medical doctors. It's just a bit of tradition we have been following that we just appoint medical doctors as minister, but it's not limited to. They could pick a nurse or someone who has a good working knowledge of that ministry.
So I just brought that word. I was talking about sustaining that argument. If the argument is competence for this, it should be across board.
Because of the fact that the AGF is
mentioned in the Constitution.
One. Secondly, is that he is a chief prosecuting officer. If you are not a lawyer, you cannot prosecute.
I understand. So today, can you give me your hit and miss? I mean, apart from what Michael has said, or if you have other ones.
Well, I would not really talk about it or miss. I think it would depend largely on what you do. The power ministry. It's quite interesting because as of today, it will probably count as a miss. But then it would depend with his world of experience, in the financial sector. Let us see because again, if we say your administrative competence, the truth is, if you're coming into a sector that you have never operated in, you will need to learn
the ropes
on the job. And it may take as much as 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, depending on how fast you can.
How does it take a lifetime? Because
I would have preferred my prediction was budget and national planning for him, given his background. But then again, it's at the discretion of the president.
At the same time, that sector has been deregulated. So you probably need someone who has
with the business mind,
sector,
this is the same problem we had with some of the discos that were sold to former bankers. So what they have made of it. I mean, of course, I don't want to mention specific names, but the truth is, there are people who have both the technical and administrative competence. In a country like Nigeria, where a lot of things are down, you do not need people who are just going to start learning
on the job.
But then again, the Constitution allows you, even with a degree, to the president of the country, which is the most important office.
You don't need
SCOSAT.
I said SCOSAT.
Or be able to demonstrate to INEC that you can read and write.
Okay, sorry. So even without both the technical and administrative competence, you can be the president of Nigeria. So
Doctor, you wanted to say something?
I think my miss in that is the power ministry. Right now in Nigeria, we require someone who would have absolute dedication to power ministry. The appointee, my own opinion, is going to be distracted. We know his life ambition right now. In the next 4 years, is going to be seriously distracted, pursuing two things at the same time, trying to drive the power ministry and wanting to retain his hold at home in view of being relevant in the next 4 years. It's going to be a very, very dicey thing for him.
Now, one major hit for me also, it just came to my mind now. There was a major, I
also want to just quickly mention this. I think it's important that the governor of Kwara State, in his new commissioner list, 9 men, 9 women.
Wow.
I think that's commendable.
Credit. Hello.
That's 50%.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Where is Professor Ilaji? If you are being a special advisor on power, he must did a good job. Apology. Penkele is good. He has intelligence, but he's not fit for that power. We need people like Professor Ilaji that know what is stake in electrical and power. Have a nice time.
Thank you. That's Steve. Okay, someone is here. Let's see. Hello, good evening. Yeah, I can hear you now. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Judy. I'm calling from Calabar.
Hey, Judy, welcome.
Good evening. Now, I want to speak on the Emefiele issue. Now, it's good that it's now in court with DSS and the court. But one thing is, I want to reply to response to one of the analysts that said about that it's after the arrest that the these bodies come after and come out with some issues about the suspect. Now, one thing is that it's not because they don't know what they are prosecuting them for. The figures are there, the papers are there. But this thing of if I drag you, you drag me. This these are the main reason why suspects are not prosecuted in this country. I want to remind you of the case of Dasuki. Immediately Dasuki came to court, I think twice or so. Then Dasuki was prevented from coming to court, and later he was remanded in prison. Later he was released. You find out, you see now later that Emefiele will be remanded in one custody or the other, and they will not take him to court again, and he'll be released. The same thing, because they know themselves, and all of them know themselves. They know why they are prosecuting it. Ibori did not spend up to 2 weeks in London before he was prosecuted. So I don't know what they are looking for. Mr. Tunde Olawuwo, I'm surprised you did not mention sport. Is it a hit or miss? Please, I want your comment.
Thank you. Today is sports hit or miss.
Or is it miss?
All eyes on you.
All eyes on you.
You see that it's an intimidation, you guys.
All eyes on Tunde Olawuwo.
Intimidation now.
Talk now.
Are you intimidated?
Allow him. Please, I'll protect him. He's my guest.
I think.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Well done, guys. Great job. I would like to talk about the ministers. I don't think, for me personally, I would say anyone is a miss or hit now. When you look at the immediate past administration, I think the onus lies on the president, where he really wants the work to be done, where there's concentration. For example, look at the former Minister for Works and the former Minister for Transportation. I think it has to do with the president. Look at the education. For 8 years, the ministry was dormant. That meant probably Buhari was not so much interested in education. So I think whether a miss or hit would depend solely on the president. What do you think?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Hi, Baba Emi from Akpata once again.
Welcome, sir.
The team talking about the issue of solid mineral assigned to a particular person as a minister. And before the advent of the Tinubu administration, this platform, of which Akinola is one of them, always hammer on resource control by the state. Talking of restructuring, it seems we have forgotten. Just after Tinubu assumed power, all of us, including myself and Akinola and others, we are forgetting about restructuring. There has been nothing like solid minerals except that we have to transfer to the state. Let the state control the resources. For the time in other states here, it means that all our resources will be taken to Abuja. That's the way I look at it. Good afternoon.
That's the law.
Thank you. Well, you see, I don't think we have forgotten about it. The issue here is that it is a matter of the law, of the Constitution. And so until we change the Constitution, we can't change.
I will not take any former governor as a miss at any level. Because if you have governed the state, you are expected to have garnered experience in virtually every
all sector.
That's one of the things I wanted to say. Dave Umahi, to me, is a major hit.
Somebody say, hello.
Not a miss.
Hello, Sean.
Hello, good evening, sir. You have
I'm Alhaji Suleiman Oladipo.
1 minute, Alhaji. Just 1 minute. We have to sign out.
Okay. Permit me to call all of you discussants there as Tule Togo Kuloju. If it pleases Tinubu to put a carpenter to do the job of a bricklayer, so far the job is done, no problem.
You know, I heard you in the morning when you said we can go on trial and error with these ministers.
What Nigeria needs is reviving our economy. And you will not be surprised that after all the hues and cries about this removal of subsidies of sites, you discover that people will start to praise him. You wait for about a year.
All right. Thank you.
And I am optimistic. Everything will be okay.
Thank you, Alhaji.
God bless all of you.
Thank you. That's all we can say. You still want to answer that question as your final take?
The reason I did not really say anything about it is it's been a miss since 1999 when it comes to the sport ministry, both at the federal and subnational level. It seems our governors and presidents don't see the potential in sports. So it is usually that sector where you just create a job for the boy.
And put anybody there.
Anybody. Just anybody. That has always been the case. So this one is not even...
no different. Okay, today.
We're about to go, right?
Yeah, we are leaving.
Okay, so IBB is 82 today.
Yeah, I saw the news.
And I saw someone listing what IBB did for Nigeria. And it's a long list. And it's beginning to occur to us that we need...
Did they put Third Mainland Bridge there?
Yes, it's part of it. Of course, the creation of certain states. SSS, NIA, DIA were created by him, FRSC, and so many other
things. Hate him or love him.
Yes. So what that brings to me...
But it's a coup piece.
Yes, it's a coup piece. We know that. But what that has brought to me is that we need a democratically elected government that can actually bring about these types of a revolution that we would remember years to come. Institutions they built and put in place. So that when we're referencing the golden era, as we have always been saying, in terms of leap of development, we won't be referencing just military generals.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Michael, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
Well, the country's unemployment rate stands at 33.3%, which is the second highest in the global list of countries monitored by Bloomberg. This will interest you. This rate of unemployment translates to over 23 million Nigerians who are unemployed, which is more than the entire population
of Ghana,
of Romania, Mali, Netherlands, Burkina Faso, Zambia, and Portugal.
Put together.
With current trajectory, the unemployment rate could surpass 40% in the coming years. That is critical. Please. We should think about that. My name is Oluwaseun Akinola. I thank you for being on the program today. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8. Good evening.
Splash FM 105.5.
Welcome, Daddy. What would you like to have?